Does your organization have a PR culture? Are you committed to PR? Most people know what PR traditionally stands for, that being public relations. But in a PR culture, PR stands for personal responsibility. That is the most important aspect in creating a culture of growth, or as in SOS leadership, we call it a development culture. When individuals fall short, organizations fall short. That's why a PR culture is so important. What would your organization look like if every person understood PR? If they were personally responsible for their goals, their actions, their daily activities? What if instead of blaming other people, we actually stepped up and accepted the blame when something goes wrong? This can be difficult because PR is not just an organizational problem. It's a major problem in our country. Can you imagine the United States if each person mastered PR? That would mean we wouldn't blame our leaders at the top for our problems, because we would understand it was us who elected those leaders. See, our leadership problem is not the leaders at the top, it's us. The problem is with us. Don't you just hate it when you hear someone complain about a political leader, and then when you ask them who they voted for, they say, "Oh, I didn't vote." It is not just our duty to vote, it's our personal responsibility. In Austin, where I live, a mere 7% of voters turned out for our last mayoral election. And yet everyone has an opinion on our transportation problem or our educational issues. PR is about stepping up. A PR culture is imperative in any organization. It's imperative in our communities, our country, and in our world. PR is a commitment that is not mandated. It has to be freely given. It is a self-desired activity. Will you step up and commit to PR? Will you lead by example in your organization and community and build up other leaders who are also committed to PR? Will you hold others accountable so they can properly learn PR? Make a commitment today to PR. And remember, the definition of commitment is it is done.